Alright guys, we've got an update from Redcat about the Machete, the issues that it's had, and now we know the solutions they're going to be bringing for these issues. First of all, I want to say I'm really impressed with Redcat and how they're handling these problems. Most companies, when they have problems with the release, they either just ignore the problems, or they'll quietly release an update, and people that were early adopters are just out in the wind. Redcat is addressing these problems in an aggressive and complete manner, and I think that's really awesome to see. Let's see what they're doing. So in this update, the first thing they discuss is the people that help them define these problems. You might recognize a channel on there, that's kind of cool. They then discuss the development process for the Machete and what potentially led to these problems that they've found. And it's basically what I thought. They do their design, they do their testing, and then when they're done with all that testing, these things go out to production, and then during that final production, some of these problems have occurred. Now, the first problem that they're talking about is the upper arm breakage issue. This upper arm breakage issue is not something that they experienced, and they believe that it is primarily being caused by the grub screws that go through the arm and connect the two plastic pieces not being installed correctly, creating a really serious weak point in one part of the arm. They're going a little bit further than just making sure that they're installed correctly though. They're going to be increasing the length of those grub screws significantly, which will definitely increase the strength of the arm in that area. Whether or not it's just going to create a weak point further out on the arm, I'm not sure, but hopefully this will correct that issue. The next issue they're talking about is that some people, when they got their cars, the shock ends were stripped out on them, and this was a pretty easy one to figure out. When they were installed, they were tightened too far, stripped out the threads. They're going to be sending everybody a set of new shock ends. That should take care of that problem if you had that problem. Not something I experienced on my vehicle, but I do know some people experienced it. Now this third one's pretty interesting. One person put 20 million weight fluid in their center differential and twisted their center drive shafts up like Twizzlers. They did some testing with this and they found that with thicker weight fluid than stock, but not almost locked like with 20 million fluid, they didn't really experience problems like this, but with 20 million fluid, it does happen. Basically, the center drive shafts were never really designed to handle the kind of forces that'll happen when you lock the center differential with something like 20 million. That being said, they are going to be reducing the hole in the center of the center drive shafts, and that should increase the strength of those center drive shafts some. I'm not going to say it's going to be a huge amount because when you increase material in the middle like that, it doesn't make a huge difference, but it will make a difference. They're also going to be developing and selling steel drive shafts for people who really want to go crazy with power down the road. One thing I wasn't aware of is that the Machete 4S should have had a XT90 splitter adapter in it, and it didn't come with that, so they're going to be including that for people as well. They're expecting to have these changes made and parts shipped out by the end of March, which is just a couple weeks from now, so that's pretty good to hear. It's nice to see they're not going to keep people waiting for too terribly long. All right, guys, that's all we have for this update. I'm really excited to see what these new parts are going to bring for strength and durability of the Machete. Can't wait to get mine fixed and get it back out and bash it. Can't wait for you to join me. Make sure you get subscribed so you don't miss it.